Now, last night, I exclusively revealed that a federal government committee led by Bridget McKenzie will be investigating Victorian Premier Daniel Andrews' decision to cancel the Commonwealth Games in 2026. And now today, the Australian reveals the Premier was warned that his state would not be ready to host the 2026 Games before he made the bid. A 2019 report funded by his own government recommending a bid for no earlier than 2034. Joining me to discuss this is Shadow Education Minister and Victorian Liberal Senator Sarah Henderson. Sarah, welcome. How embarrassing is this internationally for Victorian Premier Daniel Andrews?
Well, Sharri, good afternoon. Great to join you. This is absolutely shocking, and particularly for regional Victoria. Daniel Andrews has single-handedly, in concert, I might say, with the Albanese government, trashed our reputation, not just here in Victoria, but of course around the world. This is humiliating. This is a monumental embarrassment. And that's why I believe, Sharri, this is so serious that Daniel Andrews should resign.
Wow, you think he should resign over this? Not just face an investigation by your colleagues in the Senate, but resign?
He should absolutely resign. He has trashed our international reputation. Victoria has always enjoyed a wonderful reputation as a premier place to host international sporting events. We have some of the best facilities in the world, and he's entered into a very significant agreement. He has misled Victorian regional communities, including Geelong, where my office is based and where I am from. He has absolutely betrayed regional Victorians. So many small businesses have invested in this, in the Games coming to Victoria. And of course, look what has happened. It is an absolute mess, Sharri. Yeah. Look, it is very, very serious, and he needs to go.
When I spoke to Bridget McKenzie on the program last night, she said she knew in January that there wasn't the sort of activity taking place to prepare for the Games that there should have been. That's why she started setting up this Senate committee to examine the Commonwealth Games. Do you think Daniel Andrews knew for a while that they might not go ahead, but he let businesses, you know, pour their life savings potentially into getting ready for them?
There is profound evidence that Daniel Andrews has misled Victorians. I want to commend Bridget and also Anne Ruston for driving the accountability of the Victorian government, because it was clear, and it's been clear for quite some time, that Victoria was not ready. For instance, I raised serious concerns about the fact that the Geelong Convention Centre, which was absolutely critical for the hosting of the Commonwealth Games, was not even under construction. And if it doesn't start right now, it won't be ready. And of course, all of that fell on deaf ears. This is a monumental disaster. This demonstrates the Victorian government was only interested in chasing votes. But in doing so, Daniel Andrews has absolutely betrayed regional Victorians and has trashed our international reputation. It is so, so serious.
Yeah. All right.
You can't believe a word this man says, Sharri. You just can't believe it, and that's why he's got to go.
And we're going to keep on this story, not just tonight, but every night, and we'll keep asking questions about it. Now, in a topic in your portfolio, your shadow education, the Labor government, the Education Minister Jason Clare has just announced what he calls a once-in-a-lifetime shake-up of university education. 75 proposals. What's your reaction to their plan, and do you think it will mean that more Australian, more local students can get to go to university?
Well, Sharri, the Coalition welcomes the opportunity for major reform of the higher education sector, but I do really think that the Education Minister, Jason Clare, has missed the mark here. There's a lot of focus by the interim report of the panel of the Universities Accord on driving university revenue, but not enough focus on putting students first. And it's really disappointing we haven't seen that focus from Jason Clare and the Albanese government. Where is the accountability of universities which fail to deliver courses that deliver the best outcomes for students? Where is the accountability and transparency when completion rates are so low? Some students are fronting up to courses and they don't even know how they're being delivered. Student refunds are not available. There is far too much no transparency. And so that's why we've been very, very concerned, Sharri, about the focus of the report. We've certainly welcomed some of the announcements of the government in relation to the regional universities hubs. So they've doubled our initiatives. Of course, the Coalition implemented a whole range of wonderful reforms for university students, including supporting Indigenous students, uncapping Indigenous places in rural and regional Australia. The government is building on that work, but we have not seen enough action, far too much talk and far too little action from the Albanese government.
All right, Sarah Henderson, thank you very much for your thoughts tonight. And Sarah Henderson there saying that she thinks the Victorian Premier Daniel Andrews should resign.